On a crisp July morning in 2025, the Manhattan Federal Courthouse stood resolute, its towering columns a silent sentinel over a trial that would reshape the music industry. Inside, the air was thick with anticipation, the weight of decades of secrets pressing against the marble walls. Sean "Diddy" Combs, once an untouchable titan of hip-hop, sat at the defendant's table, his polished exterior betraying the storm within. The world watched as a verdict loomed, ready to tear down the empire he had built on charisma, ambition, and, as evidence would reveal, coercion. This was not just a trial, it was a cultural reckoning, a moment where truth clashed with power in a spectacle that would leave no one untouched. What does justice look like when the accused is a legend? Share your thoughts in the comments below and join the conversation as we unravel this historic moment. Judge Aaron Subramanian, a figure of unwavering authority, rose from his bench, his eyes scanning the packed courtroom. The gallery, a mosaic of reporters, family members, and survivors, held its breath. Sean Combs, he began, his voice steady yet piercing. This court finds you guilty of organized crime, human trafficking, and federal coercion. You are sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. The words reverberated like thunder, each syllable dismantling the myth of Diddy's invincibility. In that instant, the man who had once commanded arenas and boardrooms faltered. Combs clutched the table, his face ashen, his body collapsing under the weight of the verdict. Gasps rippled through the courtroom as security officers rushed forward, their shouts drowned by the chaos. Medics confirmed the unthinkable. Sean Combs, the mogul who had defined an era, was gone, felled by a heart attack moments after the sentence. His death was not just the end of a man, but the collapse of a carefully constructed facade. In the gallery, Diddy's daughter, Delilah Combs, let out a wail that cut through the pandemonium, her cry of daddy echoing as she fled the courtroom, her twin sister Jessie trailing behind. Their grandmother, Janice Combs, clutched her chest, her face a mask of anguish as medics wheeled her away. The scene was a stark reminder of the human toll of this trial, not just for the accused, but for those bound to him by blood and love. What must it feel like to witness a loved one's legacy unravel? Share your reflections below as we explore the personal cost of this historic verdict. Outside, the streets of Manhattan buzzed with a frenetic energy. Crowds gathered, a mix of weeping fans, chanting activists, and flashing cameras capturing the moment history was rewritten. Social media erupted with hashtags like #DiddyDown and #JusticeServed, reflecting a polarized world grappling with the fall of an icon. Some mourned the loss of a cultural giant, while others celebrated the triumph of accountability. The trial had become a lightning rod, exposing not just one man's sins, but an industry's complicity. Join the conversation on social media with #TruthUnraveled and share how this moment has reshaped your view of fame and justice. The trial's turning point came on day 3, when Cassie Ventura took the stand. Clad in a simple navy suit, she exuded a quiet strength, her hands steady as she spoke. "I was his creation," she said, her voice unwavering despite the tremor in her eyes. "He controlled my career, my choices, my life." Her testimony painted a chilling picture of freak-off parties, lavish gatherings orchestrated with precision, where hidden cameras, drugs, and threats ensnared young artists in a web of coercion. A 2016 hotel surveillance video, played in court, shocked the jury. It showed Combs dragging Cassie from a room, his movements calculated, his expression cold. A text message from his phone, presented as evidence, read, "Handle the guest in 6:03. No traces by morning." The cryptic message hinted at a cover-up, though the victim remained unidentified. Cassie's words gave voice to the silenced, her courage a beacon for survivors everywhere. Have you ever witnessed someone stand up to power? Share your story below, and let's honor those who break the silence. The prosecution unveiled a mountain of evidence, 63 civil records, hundreds of digital files, and a decrypted hard drive from Combs' Holmby Hills mansion. The drive contained hours of footage, labeled with codes matching witness accounts, revealing a sophisticated system of control. A former logistics staffer, now in witness protection, described rooms rigged with two-way mirrors and hidden cameras, designed to trap victims in a cycle of fear and compliance. It wasn't a music empire, they testified. It was a machine of manipulation. The FBI's 40-page report labeled it a mafia-style network, with enforcers, assistants, and industry insiders ensuring silence through NDAs, payoffs, and threats. A 2017 email from an assistant instructed, "No real names in bookings. Clean up by dawn." The evidence painted Combs as the architect of a system that thrived on fear, exploiting the vulnerable under the guise of fame. What systems of power have you seen exposed? Join the discussion below, and let's uncover the truths that shape our world. The trial's darkest thread was the mention of Kim Porter, Combs' longtime partner and mother of 3 of his children, who died in 2018 at 47. Officially attributed to lobar pneumonia, her death took on a sinister hue in the courtroom. A former bodyguard in a recorded interview claimed the investigation was cursory, with police neglecting to thoroughly examine the scene. A leaked FBI note revealed an assistant's email ordering a coffin for client KP 2 months before her death, raising chilling questions. Mark Curry, a former Bad Boy artist, testified about Combs' obsessive control over Porter, recounting a 2008 incident where Combs allegedly attacked her boyfriend with a chair. Porter's missing phone and laptop, noted in a medical examiner's report, fueled speculation. Though no direct evidence tied Combs to her death, the trial reignited demands for a transparent investigation. Quincy Brown, Porter's son, was conspicuously absent, his silence a haunting echo of unresolved pain. Why do some truths remain buried? Share your thoughts below, and join us in demanding answers for Kim Porter. The trial exposed a music industry complicit in Combs' reign. Witnesses revealed a web of enablers, executives, producers, and media figures who attended his parties, signed NDAs, or turned a blind eye to rumors. A leaked list of 23 coded victims, spanning 3 decades, showed a pattern of abuse across major cities. This wasn't one man, prosecutor Emily Johnson declared. It was a system sustained by fame and fear. The fallout was swift. Spotify and Apple Music removed Combs' music from playlists, MTV banned his events, and brands like Ciroc Vodka and Sean John severed ties. Howard University revoked his 2014 honorary doctorate, and Los Angeles removed his key to the city. A Brooklyn headline, "Life Without Parole," emblazoned with an FBI seal, became a symbol of justice served. How can we hold industries accountable? Share your ideas below, and let's build a future where truth prevails. Social media became a battleground, with #BeliefSurvivors trending alongside millions of posts. A 2010 clip of a rapper warning about Combs parties went viral, amassing 15 million views. Survivors, inspired by Cassie's stand, flooded hotlines with their stories. A vigil outside the courthouse swelled, with signs reading, "We are not props." Over 60 restitution claims were filed, a testament to the ripple effect of one woman's courage. A CNN biographer called the trial a cleansing, not a cancellation, while an Atlantic writer noted, "These crimes thrived in the spotlight, not the shadows." The industry faced a mirror, forced to confront its moral decay. Former Bad Boy artists distanced themselves, one admitting, "I saw the darkness but stayed silent." What does accountability look like to you? Join the conversation below, and let's redefine justice together. Combs' death amplified the trial's impact. Drone footage of his body, clad in a gray prison uniform, spread online, stripping away his mythic status. His mansions were frozen for investigations, likely to be auctioned for victim restitution. His net worth, once nearing $1 billion, was projected to plummet, entangled in lawsuits. The BET Awards canceled his Lifetime Achievement honor, and the industry braced for more revelations as the FBI's probe targeted Combs' network. A survivor's post, garnering 1.5 million likes, read, "Diddy's gone, but the system lives. Who's next?" The trial became a warning. No one is untouchable. As Cassie stepped down from the stand, her quiet strength ignited a global movement. #EndTheSilence trended, with survivors sharing stories under her inspiration. The industry, once a stage for glamour, was now a crime scene, its complicity laid bare. How can we amplify survivors' voices? Share your commitment below and join the movement for change. The fall of Sean Combs was more than a verdict, it was a reckoning. His empire, built on coercion and fear, crumbled under the weight of truth. Cassie Ventura's courage cracked open a Pandora's box, exposing a machine of power and silence that had thrived for decades. As the world grapples with the aftermath, we are left with a question. Are we ready to dismantle the systems that enable such shadows? This trial was a beginning, not an end. The music industry faces existential questions. Why did executives enable silence? Why did media amplify myths? The FBI's ongoing probe promises more revelations, with 40 witnesses listed and Kim Porter's unresolved death looming large. Survivors, inspired by Cassie, are rewriting the narrative, demanding a future where voices are heard, not silenced. Join us in this movement. Share your story, demand accountability, and amplify the truth with #EndTheSilence. Together, we can build a world where justice is not a moment, but a movement. The truth, as Cassie proved, is a flame that burns eternal.